No, do not be vulnerable with women.
But you've never been in love.
Women are not built to handle masculine problems. Being vulnerable with a woman is some of the worst advice that modern day women give to men, because if I sit there and I cry to you, oh my god, my life is hard, blah, 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 you might sit there and console me for a bit, but deep down you're like, you fucking bitch, because it's politically correct to say, you can cry to me, you can be vulnerable to me, etc. But deep down, if your man came to you and was crying on your shoulder saying, I don't know what's going on, her vagina's gonna dry up, she ain't gonna wanna fuck with him anymore, she's gonna look for a stronger, more capable man, because women are designed to look for security. They tell us on air, one time my boyfriend cried in front of me and I never looked at him the same.
Hey my friends, welcome to the RP Experience. Before we begin, hit the like button, give you a chance to do that. Thank you. And like button, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. Anyway, today's video is one that I've been wanting to do, but I've been missing out doing it. And it's an important one. A lot of you people that's in relationships, for women, this will be eye-opening to you. And for men, most of you already know. Unless if you are like Stone and you don't really have no feelings. Anyway, today's video is about men opening up to their women. Now, we can do it to a small degree. Like, keep vague about things that's going on or with us, or if we're like upset or something. But as far as having heart to hearts and telling you really what our fears is and what's going on, I have to agree, I don't think that's a good idea. And I know as women it's like, oh no, that's not true. Like, okay, I'm going to tell you this. When my marriage was over, and when I was going through a tough time, and I needed like people to like let out what I was feeling or something like that. I remember it was at the job I was at, we had not exchange students, but we had women that were from what's the name of that? It's not Brazil. It's Argentina. We had Argentina women there, and I was able to totally open up what I was going through and stuff like that with some of the few that I was kind of cool with. And I'm still, to this day, I'm still grateful to them that I was able, because I didn't really have anybody to talk to, because I know really as a man nobody really cares. It's probably a couple people I could have, but is that thing in the back of your head that you don't think anybody cares. And truthfully, a lot of times, people don't care. But there are women that you can talk to, you can open up to. But I will say this, they are rarely, if ever, your girlfriend or especially your wife. I'm not saying in all situations. I'm pretty sure there are some relationships, maybe, and I'm pretty sure that's like a 5 to 2% or something like that, that maybe that can happen. But in most cases, I believe when a female is in a relationship, like, okay, this is how I think women and females do this, maybe even ladies to a certain degree. With your friends, you don't really have that grocery list, check off list or something like that. So when you're interacting with your friends and stuff like that, or the case may be, or like animals or children and stuff like that, you have a more of a nurturing, loving thing with yourself, with your friends, and maybe family. But with the man in your life, the guy that you choose to be your man, you have that grocery list. And I never hear this one, but it must be this thing of like the guy has to be strong, stable, and make you feel safe at all times. To open up to you a little bit, that he cares about you, but truthfully, I don't think you care how he feels. Now, I could be wrong. Females need to comment on the bottom. But however, though, just don't be saying it just to say it. You have to be honest with yourself. Because I know whenever I've told someone, a woman I'm in a relationship with, intimate stuff and stuff that I'm vulnerable with and stuff like that, whatever, she would sit and listen, but if we got into an argument or something like that, that would either be thrown out, or either that would be something that maybe she would not say, but she would kind of use that as an excuse to then monkey branch to some other guy. So anyway, I have some videos here. The first video you already saw, but we'll probably watch that one again.
Your words, what that looks and feels like.
Men, I got this one. Ma'am, looks like a fucking fairy tale. Like a fugazi. It doesn't exist. You want to know what a safe place looks like to a man? This is it. His vehicle. It's one of the few places that most of us feel safe and comfortable. Even if we got homes to go to, we'd almost rather just sit in our truck and go through all our bullshit ourselves. Because 10 out of 10 times it's used against us. Now I'm going to give you an example, right? So let's say you got a dude who's been keeping everything to himself day in and day out. And one day he comes home and she says, how was your day at work? And he's finally had it, right? So he lets her know, I'm tired of my job. My boss treats me like shit. My coworkers suck. I am fucking sick of it. It's eating me alive. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. Does it go notice? Not really. She sits. She listens. But is she really listening? Nah. About 3 weeks will go by, 2-3 weeks, whatever. A little argument will come about. Could be about cheese or pepperoni pizza, doesn't matter. And we could bring up, do I ever get upset? Boom, it's used against us. You remember that time you were pissed off because you were mad because you had a bad day at work? Why would we ever want to open up again when we know it's going to be used against us later down the road? Men cannot express their feelings. Ever. That sucks. Trust me, I know. Myself included, along with a lot of men, we like to sit down and tell you what's going on inside our heads. But we're so afraid that it's going to be used against us in life, which it's shown time after time. So you want to know what a safe place looks like for a man to express his emotions? It's long drives in his truck. It's maybe sitting in a parking lot, contemplating his life. That's the safe place for men. And let's just face facts, it feels good. What's that quote? If you see me staring off into the midst of nothing, don't worry about it. Just giving myself some therapy.
Yes, that is like so true. Now it's bad at times too, because that's when you get like men not really talking to you women, not really telling you what's going on, not telling you that, you know, or he's real afraid to tell you that he lost his job, or either his hours got cut, or either y'all behind in rent, or, you know. And those are things definitely that if that does happen, he should tell you. But I'm thinking that whether it's men or women, men are held to the standard of like a real man just figures it out. You know, he don't have no time to cry. He has no time to feel sorry for himself. He has to pull himself back up, if not for himself, for his family. Because one of his big job, gender role, is to provide. And, you know, I mean, it is what it is, because that is most men's default setting. Similar, like, I guess, with most women and females, is the nurturing thing. And I have to believe it is, because even if you don't have kids, I see how a lot of you women are with your pets and animals and stuff like that. You're really kind and nurturing to them. So I do see that is still like a default setting with you. But I can think of when the relationship with my long-term one was getting like either toward the end, or either it was real toxic at times or something like that, you know. Sometimes I just would just sit somewhere, not go home right away. Not really a bar person, so I wouldn't go to the bar, but just go walk in the park or something. Like part of it was I didn't want to burden her with my problems, but another thing is I didn't think she would care. And some of the times when I did say something, you know, everybody heard about it. Everybody had their 2 cents in it. It was like really, really disheartening to feel, I don't want to say I was emasculated, but just to feel like a failure or something, or not being able to do what a man needs to do or something. So that's the thing there, that being real, that men don't tell women, you know, and a lot of you won't care anyway, so why tell you or something. But as I say once again, because, and I'm not sure if that goes with other men, but with me, I've been able to be open with females, female associates, friends. Yes, I've been able to do that. But in a relationship, I haven't had that yet. Or either I've done it and then it came back to bite me in the ass. Pretty much. So anyway, I have another video here. The first one I showed off of Fresh and Fit, and they are one of the few content creators that I disagree with maybe 60 to 70% of what they are saying. But, you know, every once in a while they do make a point that you just can't argue. And that's the thing that I would say with like people that would argue with like a Brittany Renner, or whether it's Fresh and Fit or whoever it is. You know, it's kind of like that old thing that even a broke clock is right twice a day. You know, just sometimes they are right, even if you disagree with their lifestyle or who they are as people. That does not take away when sometimes what they are saying is right. Same thing with Kevin Samuels when he used to say his stuff. I don't agree with his delivery, but however though, he was right a lot of times. And I do think some people did need to hear it the way he was saying it. You know, me, I just prefer this way because this is how I would prefer somebody to talk to me. But you know, everybody does what they are going to do. Anyway, let this video play.
No, do not be vulnerable with women.
But you've never been
100%.
in love.
Women are not built to handle masculine problems. Being vulnerable with a woman is some of the worst advice that modern day women give to men, because if I sit there and I cry to you, oh my god, my life is hard, blah, 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 you might sit there and console me for a bit, but deep down you're like, you fucking bitch, because it's politically correct to say, you can cry to me, you can be vulnerable to me, etc. But deep down, if your man came to you and was crying on your shoulder saying, I don't know what's going on, her vagina's gonna dry up, she ain't gonna want to fuck with him anymore, she's gonna look for a stronger, more capable man, because women are designed to look for security. They tell us on air, one time my boyfriend cried in front of me and I never looked at him the same.
Well, yep, a lot of truth for what he said, and I don't want to keep repeating myself here, but to any women watching this, this is exactly how men feel in relationships with you. You know, I mean, some of it is probably our fault because the way of what we pit what a man should be, and then it's your fault because of, you may say you want a man to open up, but then when he does, you know, you kind of turn on him. Not right away, gradually over time, you turn on him. So, you know, yeah, basically is like this.
Says I'm just not happy anymore. I am no warrior, and I will never fight again.
You can tell I love my superhero and anime stuff because I do put that in my videos. But that's all I have to say about this. You know, women, like, if you're or a lady or a woman, I know females, y'all don't care. Y'all don't care, so this is not meant for y'all. If you happen to see this video, allow him to open up to you. Not telling you to baby him, you know, because I know there's different types of men, and then sometimes a man will stay in a place of feeling sorry for himself or something like that. But allow him, if you want him to open up to you, allow him to open up, and then don't use it against him or something, you know. Especially don't pit him, what he told you, don't tell other people in order to, like, pit him down further, you know. Just don't do that. And, you know, I could say, well, if you really loved him, you wouldn't do that. But no, I think it's a combination thing here. If you respected him, you wouldn't do certain things, and if you really loved him, then you would allow him to be open with you. See how that works? See how that works? So, you know, unless if, as one creator say, that most females look at us as a utility, something that you can get from us, and beyond that is not important. So I'm asking you to prove those people wrong. Yeah, when the guy opens up and stuff like that, he's going through something, you know, and what he might tell you might scare you, because it might be something like job related or something like, oh my god, we have to pay rent and stuff like that. But support him, hear him out, and then I'm pretty sure if you don't pin him down in any kind of way, he will snap out. Once again, I'm not telling you to baby him, be like, oh, it's dear, he'll be okay. Just, you know, sometimes just don't say nothing. Just let him talk, and just give him a hug, and just reassure him that you are there for him and stuff like that. And that right there may keep his spirits up, and then he powers out of wherever he's in. So anyway, hope this is helpful to somebody out here. You know, men and women, just be better to each other. You know, yeah. Good night. Okay, guys. I'll see you later. Out.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
We love you. You are loved and you are needed, and you're still needed here. Okay? I love you guys.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too?
Pando made it.
I still wanna run to you.